Let's spend a few minutes talking about property management, as it is the single biggest driver of your long-term returns and your overall satisfaction as an owner of rental properties. My experience of talking with thousands of investors across the country, I've found that most investors focus too much on the right real estate market and the right property, and not enough time is dedicated to finding the right management team. But in reality, the only thing that takes those returns that you see as estimated on your spreadsheets and turns that into actual money in your bank account is the property management team. So you better make sure that that team has the right resources, experience, and knowledge to deliver those returns as promised. So to help me out with this video, I'd like to introduce a big part of our team who's led our property management company for the past 5 years. Mike Stetson was brought on board in 2010, and he's led the growth from managing 30 rental properties to over 1,000 rental properties. Mike's a big asset for you as well, because what he does is he works with students directly to help you build your portfolio and share his real-world experience. And if you want some war stories about property management, Mike definitely has a few. So really happy to have you with us here, Mike.
Hey, thanks, Greg. I'm excited to be here and talk to our students about what we do with property management and really the main value that we provide to our students who use our services.
Great, so I wanted to ask you a few questions to help our clients understand how we operate and how we drive returns for them. But first, can you just give us an idea of the size of JWB Property Management?
Sure, Greg. JWB Property Management is our in-house company that manages about 1,000 properties here in Jacksonville, Florida. Right now, we've got a team of 17 people to handle all aspects of the investment property for you. So this isn't going to include your marketing coordinators, your leasing agents, your property inspectors, your property managers, and your maintenance personnel. In fact, our maintenance personnel we have on staff to do a lot of those general maintenance items that come up with owning rental properties, and no charge to our investors at all. That's one example of our focus on keeping those maintenance costs low to ensure the long-term profitability for our investors.
So Mike, can you give our students an overview of the value and the services we provide through JWB Property Management?
Absolutely, Greg. Our goal of the investment is not just to deliver on the returns that we project to our clients, but we actually want our clients to enjoy owning rental properties. One of the biggest obstacles most people have to owning rental properties is the concern that they're going to have to collect rent. They're going to have to take those midnight phone calls when maintenance issues come up. But it doesn't have to be that way. Once our clients realize they have a team that can do those things for them, then that really enables them to imagine owning 5, 10, 20 rental properties or even more.
Absolutely. So Mike, here's a good question for you. What's the single biggest misconception that investors have about property management?
I'd have to say is that most people have been conditioned from their traditional standalone property management company to think that it's okay to have a 1-year lease term. And we call that the 1-year stay mentality. However, we know from owning our own portfolio of 300 rental properties and now managing over 1,000 properties for our clients that 1-year stay mentality just isn't going to cut it to get the returns that you want. You really want to get to that 2-year tenant stay mark in order to get the returns that we have for you. The problem is that most property management companies are just set up for those 1-year tenant stays. They don't sign multi-year leases, and they're actually pretty lousy when it comes to renewing tenants to stay into your property. And think about it, if you have a tenant moving out every year, those maintenance and vacancy costs are just going to eat into your returns. So that's why I have to say the biggest misconception is that most people think that 1-year stay mentality is just good enough.
That's a really good point, Mike. Unfortunately, most investors have to learn that lesson the hard way. When we built our own property management company, we knew that we needed to redefine how property management services were being performed. The old way just wasn't working. So we set out to do things differently. For one, we're here to sign long-term leases. This year so far, we've signed over 650 leases, and our average duration of lease signed is over 27 months. That means when our clients are walking into their rental properties, they have the stability that comes along with over a 2-year lease in place. Also, we look at lease re-signs as a huge opportunity to drive returns for our clients. When we re-sign a lease, that saves our clients hundreds, possibly even thousands of dollars that we do not have to spend to fix things, to get the house into great rental shape that they would have spent if the tenant had left. We talk to our residents all the time about lease re-signs, and that's how we're able to achieve between 60 to 65% of our tenants being re-signed. So if you think about the reasons why our clients are succeeding when other investors may not be, it's pretty simple. We know we have to hit the 2-year threshold for our clients, and we do that by signing long-term leases over 2 years, and the majority of our tenants re-sign. That's how we're able to beat the return expectations of our clients. Mike, thanks so much for spending some time with our clients.
Anytime, Greg. And I look forward to working with you guys soon.